we live in a fishbowl, and organizations of all types, and I'm not just talking about companies, I'm talking about nonprofits, government agencies, you name it, have to be very, very cognizant of what's happening in the world around them. They have to understand that they are communicating very much in a totally public environment. And there are thousands, if not millions, of eyes and ears watching and listening to everything they do and just waiting for the chance to call them out. So you've got that going on. Another thing they have going on is that organizations of all types have realized that there has to be real authenticity in what they do. Authenticity is very much kind of a buzzword in the public relations field. What that means is you must behave and communicate authentically. There has to be consistency between the way you behave and the way you communicate, what you say and what you do, right? With the intent of presenting to the public an organization, a persona, a brand, if you like, that they can relate to, that they can trust, and so forth. We live in cynical times. People are looking for institutions they can trust. And so to the extent that all kinds of organizations can be trustworthy, not just make themselves appear to be trustworthy, they'll be more successful. So I think the times are changing a lot. As for a couple of the examples you've cited, frankly, in my business, Exxon Valdez and all that, that's viewed as a total catastrophe from a PR standpoint. They did everything wrong from moment one, starting with having a drunk at the helm, okay? Some people are willing and able to work for tobacco. I'm not. And that's very much an individual decision. But still, even in the case of tobacco, it's legal. Smoking is legal. Isn't the tobacco industry entitled to have its view expressed in the court of public opinion? I could not do that. But still, in the sense that we live in a democracy, free exchange of ideas and so forth, it seems like an important function.
Right. So so as an individual PR person, how do you tell your students to weigh the public interest with the interests of their employer?
Well, first, they need to understand that they work for an organization, as I said in the presentation, and they've got to always be mindful of that organization's goals. What are we trying to do? But there's a whole lot of stuff that comes with that. One thing is, it's the public relations person's job to try to make sure that the organization performs in the public interest, behaves in a responsible fashion, not for purely altruistic reasons, but frankly for reasons of protecting the brand, protecting the reputation. You screw up, everybody's going to know. You're thinking about taking a shortcut, building a building, or developing a development or new product or whatever it is. Have you thought through the implications of that? Because here are the 5 things that can go wrong. Are you willing to run the risk of having those things happen? Are you willing to run the risk of seeing those things appear on the front page of the local newspaper and on the internet? If you're not, then clearly the decision is don't do that. Right? And 9 times out of 10, because CEOs are increasingly reputation conscious now, they'll get it.